All right, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today on my Monday Minute. Today kicks off my first part on the interview series where I'm interviewing key individuals and organizations in the community who are doing an excellent job serving our seniors. For those of you who know me and who don't know me, I'm Monica Tillett. I am a physical therapist and the owner of New Direction Rehabilitation and Wellness. And I serve the senior population through mobile physical therapy. And I came across Bruce because his personal home care services are something that is greatly needed for that population. And I was so impressed by his company and his staff that I wanted to introduce him to the community so more people can be aware about the services that his business provides. So I'm going to turn it over to Bruce. Bruce, if you could introduce yourself so we all know a little bit more about you, and then also tell us a little bit about your business.
Wonderful. Well, Monica, thank you so much. It was very exciting to meet you as well. I think we met 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I was as well impressed with really the services that you bring to folks in a home environment. So it's great to connect with you, and appreciate the opportunity to discuss our services today. So again, my name is Bruce McReynolds. I'm the owner and the director of our Griswold home care office here in Greensboro. And I've lived in Greensboro for about 23 years. I actually was part of the community before then, where I served as a missionary back in North Carolina back in the 80s, and later returned to North Carolina to further what really has become my mission in life, to assist older adult population. I grew up on a small farm in Indiana, where my parents have recently moved from, and I'm excited to have them here in Greensboro now, and so that's been a blessing, a recent blessing that we've had. Serve on the board with the Triad Retirement Living Association. I also serve on the board with the Volunteer Center in Greensboro. So definitely, very involved in community, and really have loved living here in the Greensboro area. So just a little bit about Griswold Home Care. We're really unique in a lot of ways. One of the oldest national home care companies in the country today. One of the larger ones, we now serve over 180 communities across 33 states. And one of our Griswoldness, one of the ways that we really are unique is we were founded by an individual who had really a deep passion for helping older adults live in place. Our founder is Jean Griswold, and she began providing services in her community up in Pennsylvania back in 1982. So a lot of Jean's passion and mission to help older adults to age in place really is part of our culture today, where we do this out of empathy and not economics, and really it's very heartfelt, I guess you could say, to do what we do. At the core of what we do is to provide whatever assistance is needed, whether that be a little help or as much help, to help individuals to age in place. This could be assistance with preparing meals, light housekeeping, transportation services, and to help with other types of activities that encourage and help independence. This could also be with more involved type activities such as personal care. This would include help with mobility, assistance with individuals that might even be bedbound or at end of life. So we really can help across a broad spectrum of situations. We tailor a care plan to the individual situation and the individual's needs, whether that's helping them get to social activities, doctor's appointments, running errands, or help with just things around the home. Many of our clients, they have family members who are coming home from a hospital stay or a rehab stay, and they might just need that little extra assistance while they're getting back on their feet and getting back to their new normal. This, some of our clients could be those with cognitive decline or dementias that require safety supervision or companionship to engage in activities that will keep them alert and stimulated. In each of these situations, we're here to help. So we really, through supervision by a registered nurse, will personalize a care plan to the individual's needs. But we also can help in a lot of different ways. More and more we find families that are the primary caregivers, and there's really a significant need for respite care and giving those family caregivers a break. Monica, we help with, we complement services like what you provide through individuals that might be on, receiving occupational therapy or physical therapy or speech therapy. We can help support that by exercise assistance, range of motion exercises between those visits that you offer. And we even actually, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, and that kind of assistance can really, really benefit those patients because, like you said, you do have some patients that have those cognitive limitations, but they still need help performing a home exercise program. So it's good to have your staff who can help take them through those exercises and help make sure that they're doing them correctly and safely.
Yep. And, oftentimes written exercises are left in the home, or families have instructions from your professional services that, our aides can follow to make sure that we're exercising the right things.
Mm-hmm.
So, we also can help supplement various levels of care that are in long-term care communities or rehab facilities. Help provide that safety supervision or additional personal care services, even if an individual might be in a long-term care community. I think one of the most important things that we do is we're really the link to many other resources in the community. We have put together a resource guide for families who might be looking for additional services beyond even what we provide, such as physical therapy or other types of things. So we help a lot of folks that might be veterans. So your group might be interested to know that we can help provide services provided by the VA clinic in terms of in-home needs. We also help a lot of clients that might be wanting to look into a benefit called Aid in Attendance. It's a monthly pension-oriented benefit that can help pay for home care costs.
That's awesome.
One of the ways that we're unique is through our live-in services program. Everyone wants to age in place and stay in their home where they're most comfortable, but yet they might need around-the-clock one-on-one assistance. And so through our live-in program, we satisfy those needs. Our aides would be there in the home around the clock. They would sleep in the home and kind of become part of the family, but still be able to provide that one-on-one care that's needed. So we find that this is becoming more and more popular as individuals reach that level of care of needing one-on-one assistance around the clock, but want to stay at home.
That's awesome. That is awesome because, like you said, that's so important for our adults is to maintain their independence at home. And so with your company, that is just another resource that helps them to be able to do that. That's awesome. So as far as, I know you talked about the live-in program. Would you say that's the biggest asset that your company offers, I know it offers a lot of assets to our clients, but what is the main thing that most people really, really want when they seek your services?
Well, I would say our biggest asset is our people. We are in a people business. Everything is about relationships, whether it's relationship that our caregivers have with their clients, the relationship that our support staff has with family members, and the relationship that we have with our community. And so we really strive to kind of keep relationship top of mind really in each of our interactions. I think that's the most important thing. We can all think of how our parents might react having someone come into their home. And so for us, it's important that, the caregiver recognize their needs, take a holistic approach to not only physical needs, but emotional, social. Folks want to be productive and feel part of the community still. So it's really taking all of those aspects in mind and building that relationship, starting with, trust and kind of developing that comfort level with our family members. I would say another aspect that we have is really just that we have very well-established programs over the course of the 38 years that Griswold has been providing care. We've developed very strong programs to make sure that the caregivers that we're sending in are skilled, that they're well screened, and that they're matched well with our clients.
And what kind of training do you take your staff through when you first hire them?
It really starts in our initial screening process where our nurse supervisor will take each new hire or new caregiver into a lab that we have set up. Yeah, it's like a hospital room. She'll have them actually demonstrate their skills in terms of how they go about providing personal care. We have an extensive two-day orientation class. And then beyond that, we do a lot of online training. And we found that caregivers really love to engage in training through technology and through online. So they will actually go through 23 hours of online training, which includes several modules on dementia, and then very disease-specific training based on the clients that they're assigned to.
Okay, that is awesome. So we know that COVID-19 is a big problem right now. How is that affecting, your day-to-day delivery of care?
Well, I think, probably the most significant way is just being in tune and communication with each caregiver so that we're aware of any conditions that might pose a risk. So as an example, at the beginning of each shift, when our caregivers go to clock in, they will receive an automated message asking them, if they have a lot of the signs or symptoms that's consistent with COVID. They'll ask them if they've been in contact with anyone that have had those signs or symptoms. And of course, we would not let them go into a client's home if they answered yes to any of those questions. So it's really, we've spent a lot of time educating caregivers specifically about COVID, what that looks like, what the signs are, so that they're monitoring not only their own situation, but also the client's condition. So there was COVID-specific training, daily reminders prior to each shift, and then just an alertness from our staff so that if we're hearing those types of things, we're reacting to that in terms of following our protocol.
And I know, even with meeting with you a few weeks ago, that you are carrying out all of the recommendations that the CDC is recommending, as far as washing your hands and hand sanitizer, and just limiting contact with too many people at one time. And so your company has, I've seen it firsthand, is doing an excellent job with that. How do you feel your clients are adjusting to this? I guess you could call it our new normal right now.
Right. Well, certainly there is, some trepidation, some questions. As we see COVID talked about 24 hours a day in the media, definitely that raises not only awareness but concern. So, I would say definitely COVID is on top of mind, but, what we find is that, we limit exposure not only by following protocols and protection and PPE, but also, reducing the number of caregivers in the home. So, once a client is comfortable with their caregiver and they see that they're following good precautions, knowing that it's just that one individual coming in certainly helps kind of set them at ease. So we have, we do have some clients that maybe had very minimal needs, where maybe family members are now home and taking over some of those minimal needs. We've had some clients that have paused service, during this pandemic, but for the most part, we've not been impacted too much at all.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So if someone was looking to hire a personal home care company such as yourself, what sort of things should they look for before they hire a company?
I think one of the most important things is to look for longevity. Look for, an agency that has had a good track record, a long track record in providing good care. I would definitely talk with them about their hiring and the screening process to make sure that they have high standards of those that they're bringing in to provide care. Ask them, just as you did, kind of what do you go through to find the best caregivers. I would ask about their turnover rate. That would be an indication of if they are treating caregivers well, if they're providing the necessary things to keep them engaged and on board with you. One of the things I hear over and over with new clients that we bring on board is, difficult experiences in the past, having multiple caregivers or having new caregivers continually. So definitely talk with them about turnover rate and how they retain caregivers. I would ask about their ability to staff a case, whether that your needs might be very small, maybe you just need a few hours or a few visits a week, or if it's a significant need where you're staffing around the clock. Is the agency have the pool or the size of caregiver staff to satisfy those needs? And I would ask about their track record. Do they have any type of mechanisms in place that where they gain their clients' feedback, they track that numerically even to give you some data to know actually how they're doing? I think probably all of us feel like we're doing well, but is there any data behind that they can provide? And then lastly, I would just say, of course, you want to make sure that they are a licensed agency with the state DHHS.
That is awesome points to pick out for people who are looking for caregivers for their family members. I thought it was interesting that you pointed out the turnover rate, because the turnover rate, like you said, has a lot to do with, are the employees being taken care of? And if the employees are being taken care of, then that your customers are going to be taken care of. And as you mentioned before, it helps that client to have consistency when it comes to their caregivers. And so that is very, very important, to not have a new person every couple of weeks because the other employee has left. So I think your company is just excellent, and I highly recommend it. So if someone wanted to find Griswold so they can hire your company to take care of their loved ones, how can they find you?
Well, they can find us online. It's griswoldhomecare.com/Burlington-Greensboro. Or you can call us here at our office, 336-285-7477.
And you're also on Facebook, and they can find you there, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Is there anything else you want to add, Bruce?
No, I would just say to each of you who are family caregivers that are supporting your parents or your spouse or other family members, just thank you. I have a great appreciation for those that are caring for family members, and so my hat's off to you. We appreciate all that you do, and if we can be of any help in the future, we'd love to hear from you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you have a great rest of the week and continue providing that excellent care that you normally provide. And thank you again so much for that.
All right. Thank you, Monica.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.